So this is going to be Module 1. We're going to talk about setting up the tower. We're going to talk about the different scopes that you use and just some general basic principles of arthroscopy. So when you come in, there's a panel of 4 lights over on the wall by the anatomy door. What you want to do is turn off all the lights overhead. Having a dark workspace will help your ability to see what you need to see on the camera, but I have them on now for instructional purposes. First thing you'll need to do is come and turn everything on. This is your basic setup for your arthroscopy tower and your monitor. This over here is a video source screen which will allow us to capture the images, and we'll talk a little bit about this later, but this is how you're going to be saving your images and then sending them to Dr. De Silva. This takes a while to boot up, so it's already on, but you'll come in and press the power button here. Basically on the tower everything is connected to a power strip, so make sure that's on, and then you just come down and switch everything on. First thing is the monitor, obviously. This part of the tower here, this is your shaver system. As you can see, it's connected to a hand unit, and then this black pedal also connects you to a foot unit, which will control your oscillate and other settings. You can go ahead and switch that on. The next box down, this is your light source. You'll be switching this on. You don't need to change anything here. Your light source is another blue cable that has this end to it. When the light source originally comes on, it will be on what's called standby. So in order to get some light out of the tubing, you'll need to press that button, and then you'll be able to use the light. You can adjust the intensity of the light by turning the shutter control. For these boxes, you want it to be at about 75. It's important that you only use the light when you're using the scope, so if you're going to be sitting it down for a while, make sure to press the standby so the light turns off. The last box down here, power button is on the left. This is your camera. Again, you don't have to mess too much with these settings here. You have a black cord that you'll see which connects you to this unit. This is your camera itself. When you come into the lab, you'll start off with your 30-degree scope, and we'll talk about what that means in a minute, but look for this box. All of your scopes will be up here at this location. All of your boxes will be here or up on the top shelf. We'll start with the 30-degree scope. This is a little bit of what the contents of the box are. You'll need to unscrew this laterally based protector, and this is where you will connect to your light source. Depending on which scope you pull out, you may or may not need this coupler, which screws onto the light source for an additional connection setting. Some of them require it, some do not. This one does, and then it just snaps into place. Remove the lens caps from both sides, and then you will press in on the spring-loaded connector, center it, and then release. And then now you're connected with a light source, your scope lens, and your camera. If you're going to change scopes, and we'll talk about this in a minute, again, turn the light on standby, and then repeat the process.